Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome. I gotta check. Schedule stuff keeps moving around. Should be okay. I was talking to Yusong and Bear Taffy and seeing if maybe we wanna squat up again for Slay the Spire 2 sometime this week. Um, Kate is away. They're on vacation for like 3 weeks. And we were all like, hey, I know I just met you guys, but we all liked each other, so we're like, that was fun. We could just play again. So we might do that. I'll double check with them. But I also had I had a sponsor that was gonna come up Wednesday, and they wanted me to maybe hold Thursday as a potential day. They asked for a backup day is the verbiage, which I think means I could still. I think that means I'm still on for Wednesday for that, and then it's just they just want a definitive backup day in case something happens, which is fine. So I think that should be fine because we were thinking maybe Thursday for Slay the Spire 2 with Bear and Yusong. So I should be all right. I was figuring out scheduling and I was like, I hate when people start asking for stuff to maybe change or maybe additional or whatever the week of. It's fine when it's a collab and it's like a casual thing, right? Because you can be a little more flexible when a sponsor's like, hey. Always like, oh my god. But it should be fine. I have to test it too. The game's reviews are all over the place right now because some people are having issues with it not like, especially not just running on their PC properly. So I have to open it and see if it functions for me. They were saying that like some people's systems they're not really having an issue, and other people they're getting like their game is just bricking like constantly. So I'm like, okay. I gotta open it tonight and see. So we'll see what happens there. I don't mind. I never mind taking a sponsor for a game that's not getting good reviews because I'm always there to just try it and give my own unbiased review, right? Like not affected by what those online are saying or whatever. I kind of did that with Mind's Eye, and like I know people were trashing on it and I know the game wasn't like amazing, but I didn't hate it. I didn't have a bad time playing it. There were like a couple things that ran like meh for me, but like the game actually ran okay. I think depending on people's systems, it was running really bad, and that's kind of like, you know, I think it was just off for some people, not for others. For me, I was one of the ones who I think like I was one of the rare ones that had a good time with it running, and maybe that's why I was like a little confused. And then as I was playing it, I was like, that's all right. Like I didn't have a bad time at all. Doesn't mean I'm like, yo, you gotta play this game, you know. But I was like at worst neutral. I was like, okay, I could see the vision. But some people treated it like it was Satan. And I was like, I mean, now I get it if it ran really poorly on your computer, so it was all like all right, but then also ran like shit, then I'd be like, okay, I get it. But it didn't for me, so I was like, So I don't know. So when a game's having issues, I never mind trying it just to kind of like see how it is for me. But I always get a little spooked, you know, like at first, will it be okay? I don't know. Also, hey, new chatter. Nobody fucking cares about Nirvana in this chat. You've mentioned them like 100 times. No one hates Nirvana. As far as I know here, maybe someone does, but like no one's replying to you. You're like a new chatter. You said, just guys spam rip Kurt Cobain. Bro, what? I know. Okay, well, if you mention Nirvana or Kurt or anything like that one more time, I'm timing you out. You gotta assimilate. Just kidding. My mod already timed you out. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna think about what you've done, okay? Which isn't much. Just not getting the vibes, okay? And you're gonna listen to what I'm saying and you're gonna see what the chat's saying and then you're gonna join the conversation after, okay? You're not gonna be the guy standing in the corner going, while we're all having a conversation about one thing, you're not gonna be like, how about the Jets last night? Okay? You're gonna get into it. That's the only way to make friends. All right? Anyway. You didn't do anything crazy. Just, breathe. When you said, I really enjoyed the Bullying You song collab last night. Or last week. I'm so serious and he's so serious. We both like the idea of like the You song call-in hotline stream where he like does dates.
Last night, right. Did you see that?
I didn't watch shit. But like imagine a streamer, he's sitting there getting call-ins from people who are potentially interested lovers, maybe looking for a spark. And then like I'm in the earpiece telling him what to do. It could be amazing. It could be amazing. Yeah, we just gaslight him the entire stream. So I'll talk to him. And I would like to cook a little bit on that. Just cook a little. I think it'd be funny. We'll see what happens though. I don't know. There's a lot of potential. Thing is, I want people actually calling in and trying. I don't want industry plants, paid actors, only streamers calling in. You know what I mean? Like that shit is funny the first time, but I think the best content is when it's like pure and honest, right? I don't want any of it to be like set up like that. Gotta have Yusong and Boone do it and set up like a tournament bracket so if they don't get a date by the end, they end up with each other. The potential is crazy. I would like them to do it separately and then have to convene after. You know? Like we see how one goes and we hold and then we do another one later. And we hold. And depending on how they do stacking up next to each other, then we have, our plan. The real March Madness of the dating bracket. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's like sports time now, right? It's sports time because weather's getting nicer. I don't really get any enjoyment out of keeping up with teams and what they're doing and how they're doing, but I sure do like watching games in person. So I'm gonna go to something at some point and I'm gonna sit there and eat food and be like, sports are great to watch in the stands or something. Hi, Dan. What's going on? Dan, do you like sports ball? You into sports ball? Yes, I do. Okay. I like watching some games when they happen sometimes. And the thing is, there was a sport unrevealed, and I don't want to reveal it. A sport that I was very heavily into and played a lot. So like, I'm not a never touched a sport kind of person. I just never got into watching like football, for example. I watched a bunch of soccer, but I never kept up with any teams. I never did. I just said, what are the big matches going on? Okay, I'll watch all of them. Boxing? Ooh, I haven't, I've watched a bunch of old boxing and MMA. Not too much recent MMA. Curling. I am one of those tourists that comes in during the Winter Olympics and starts watching a lot of those, He's guessing. No, do you know what a bit is? I'm pretending that I'm all right. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. My God. It's a bit. I was waiting for someone to get mad, but no, I think he's just guessing what you played so nicely. None of you got angry. You're disappointing me, chat. Come on. You're supposed to be like, that's not what he said. Please act like the rest of the internet just once. Just once. Hobby horsing? There we go. There we go. If F1 is so good, why is there no F2? I got news for you. Did you watch that guy's F4 stream? There's a streamer that did an entire F4 league, fully funded it, everything, with sponsors and all of that. And it was genuinely one of the greatest stream experiences I've ever seen. Then again, it does miss that purity of I'm a streamer at my desk who hit go live and I'm in pajamas, But it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. There's 4 of them? Well, 1 denoting the top bracket of people, and then 2 was the next down, and cars are also involved in budgets and things like that kind of move them down to the different brackets or whatever. I'm sure someone in chat is like, I could tell you exactly what it is. Puts glasses on. But it's like a level. It's a level. That's called F1 because there's only one of them. F1 is one of those sports where there are only a couple of slots, right? There are a couple of companies competing and they have a couple of cars each, which means that each year there are only just a few drivers. And what that means is every time someone gets onto a team and someone else doesn't, people get so unbelievably angry. It's really funny. You see people really start questioning life and just freaking the fuck out because they're like, that guy doesn't deserve it. And it's because it's the scarcity thing, right? There's so few slots. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. That's why F1 is just billionaire companies. The amount of money it costs to make those cars and repair them constantly, and R&D, this is 1% aerodynamically better because of this curvature here, and all those things. The spend is crazy high. So F1 would not be able to exist in its current form at all, nowhere near, if it weren't for these more billion-dollar companies, going and sponsoring them. And I kind of don't understand what they get out of it other than prestige, but I wonder if there's some reason why it's a good money sink for them or something like that. Or if these teams maybe somehow they have special interests and it comes back to them in some way. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it. I'm sure there's a great reason. But I haven't taken the time to go research and see what those deep reasons are, because every time you think like, oh, it's just ego, it ends up being like some crazy scheme or something. A lot of their tech ideas are sold as patents. See, that's one of those things. If that's the case, if that is actually what it is, I mean, that's money in the bank. I patented this one little hydraulic doohickey that now all the cars want to use. Now all the car companies have to pay me more $1 billion to do this hydraulic thing with this doohickey. Selling widgets, as they say. I make a widget to do a thing and now I'm selling widgets and everyone needs my widget to do the thing. Right? That's the best you can do.
Hello, Geega.
Hello.
I've been going around asking everyone, can you tell us what's the oldest thing in your fridge and how old is it?
What is the oldest thing in my fridge? I mean, I regularly go through and audit and say, this is old, I'm getting rid of it. So anything that's in there is allowed to be there. Yeah, probably a sauce. Might be, I don't know, doenjang, something like that. I've got a lot of fermented things, which, you know, tend to last for fucking ever. Absolutely for fucking ever. So maybe, yeah, maybe some pickles, maybe some fermented soybeans. Maybe. The shelf. See, I used context to understand that the person probably wanted me to answer with a food item.
The oldest item is a 4-year-old jar of pickled onions out of 49 streamers asked.
Ugh.
Thanks for humoring the question.
4-year-old jar of pickled onions. I assume because they're pickled, that jar might actually be okay. I don't know, I'm trying to think. I have... It's probably my doenjang, which is... I have one that's like hyper fermented. But I go through it quickly, so... I don't know. This guy's back. You believe in Jesus, he said. Wait, here's what he said when he got untimed out. He said, I have had a deep thought. Back, I will stop about nirvana, okay? You believe in Jesus. Is that a question? Because you didn't ask that with a question mark, so I don't know if you're trying to make a statement or ask a question. I don't know, sir. It is? Well, he was a real guy. So I think it'd be weird to not believe in him. It's like being like, hey, did you believe in, I don't know, who's a real guy? Quick, name one real person, chat. That's the same allegory I'm trying to make. You have a Bible? Congratulations, man. Have you read it? Because I'm going to be so real with you. You know how many people have not actually read that thing front to back? Such is the case with every single religious text or classic literature or anything ever. You know how many people have Dante Alighieri's The Divine Comedy on their shelf? And then I'm like, I love that one. What did you think about this section? And they go, oh, I've never read it. And I'm like, why? That was actually good. It's actually good, though. It's not one of those classics that's like awful to read. It's a good book. I don't know, man. It's not a religious text. I know. We were shifting the conversation off of just religious texts to other books. And I brought that up because it's an old classic. Yeah, it's a God expanded universe fanfic. Exactly. Which is why it's so good. I should read the Bible, need to see how crazy Old Testament versus New Testament really is. Oh, it goes hard. I've read the whole thing. Oh, we can go here. I've read the whole thing front to back. Oh, I want to do a ceremonious thing. Because I was raised in an environment where Catholicism
Thought you would like to know that the Nintendo
cool.
store now has a ton of Pikmin merch.
Ooh.
Most of it is practical too. Got myself a hoodie, some coasters, and a nice pin. Geega woke.
I will need to check it out. I don't like buying things, though. I live in extreme, terrible frugality, but maybe I'll buy one thing and be good. Yeah, I was raised in an environment where many family members were Catholic, but no one was so Catholic to the point where they hated you if you weren't or told you you had to be. Everyone was whatever level of non-believing or believing they wanted to be, and everyone else was cool with that. So I had a pretty good upbringing. The only thing was you were required to attempt to learn so you could decide what you want to do, which meant doing, yeah, you can kill him, Ryu. Doing all of the basics of like getting baptized and then going through the confirmation or whatever, just because such is tradition. And that way, you know, if you want to get married in a Catholic church, you can, like, just to unlock, you know, to get the unlocks, basically, is the good way to put it. And that was it. That was it. No one really cared if you were a believer or not. They had their own beliefs and no one really pushed it on anyone else, which was nice. It was nice. I think a lot of families are kind of like that. There's sometimes like a little shadowed disappointment from an older family member that's like, very faithful or whatever, right? But I think most people have that experience, to be honest. There are definitely people who've had bad experiences, but I think that their voices get very amplified because we hear that and we go, "What the fuck?" right? But there's a lot of families that are just like, "Okay. Okay." But I have a lot of family history in the clergy, so it's like kind of expected that even if you don't believe, you will still study this and do this simply out of respect and tradition for the family line. You know what I mean? Like it's like the family's work way in the past. A lot of it was being clergy, but very heavy on the people who were then running, programs in their little town. And I'm talking old clergy. So, like, the era when the church kind of was the community. A lot of family members devoted themselves, gave up their worldly possessions and everything, and then devoted themselves to charitable work like that. And that's how it was taught to me, at least. Like, this is what this person does and that person did, and blah blah blah. So yeah, it was kind of like required reading for us to to go through and learn everything and blah blah blah. And then we all had an in if we wanted to do something like that, which I had no interest in. I said, no, if I'm going to do charity, I'm going to like go through normal life and then earn money and then use that money to do charitable stuff. I don't want to go be a nun. You know what I mean? Not really the path for me. But no one was pressuring or anything like that. It was just like, if you ever wanted to do this, you know, we know everybody. But yeah, but not really. It wasn't really like a super prevalent thing in my life that I had to talk about it or think about it or anything. It was just like do the basics, like most people end up doing, and outside of that, it's whatever. The irony that you have a nun model. It's not a nun model. It's a Templar. Get it right. But actually, that's not ironic. It's because I love those types of themes. That's exactly expected, actually, because I really, really love a lot of the traditions and themes, even if I'm not, I'm in no way devout personally. I'm not a believer, nor am I devout. But I'm very respectful of the tradition and the positives. I try to uplift the positives. You know what I mean? And as a result, I also really love a lot of the traditional art and a lot of the ceremonious things and all of that because it's just been prevalent in my life. But I don't sit there in a cathedral and be like, I'm so reverent right now. I'm so sanctified, and I feel the Lord with me. Like I'm not one of those. But I sit there and I'm like, man, I love ceremony. Man, I love tradition. And I do think the way I always treated it was a moment for mental health and self-reflection. So even if I essentially practiced it like Buddhism, if this makes sense, where, you're sitting in church and they'll be like, all right, everyone kneel and pray. And they give you a couple of minutes to think about whatever they just said, whatever lesson they just taught, whatever. I would just sit there and be like, hey, this is my time for meditation and introspection. And I wouldn't necessarily directly pray to some entity, but I would do all the introspective things you're supposed to do anyway when you do any sort of meditation or anything good for your mental health ever. So I do like that. So I just use it as a time to practice that. You know what I mean? I didn't sit there in silence and just go, man, when is this shit gonna end? Because my dad in particular told me to do that. And he was like, yeah, if you're not really a believer, because he's not either. He was like, well, then here's what I do, and this is good for you. And I went, okay. And it was good. I'll bathe in his blood. Yeah, I like it as more of like an art history and tradition and study kind of area. So intertwined with history, so I think it's good to learn this about a lot of different religions, but yeah. I like pageantry as well, so I'm just, you know. I like dramatic things. Anyway, I wanted to show you because I didn't do this when we debuted the yokai model. Look, we have a portrait for it. Whoa. Whoa, and then here it is lit up. Whoa. Ooh. I didn't use it the day of. And then I realized, oh, because I didn't use it the day of, I didn't do my ceremonious, oh, look at the portrait, it's on here now thing. And I was like, shit. When do I do that? So here it is. Ooh. It's not a light bright. Dude, I had a light bright. I love that thing. I had a light bright for, I think I used it for way too long. Anyway, yeah, I love these. I love these. They all turn on. I got this one. Whoa. Got this one. Ooh. This one. Ooh. And this. Ooh. And then this. Many more to come. I have to get the space fit, which I'm wearing today. I have to get the space fit put on here. I'm gonna have that figured out. I'm gonna get that figured out. What happens when 13 slots are filled? I mean, this used to have 5 slots, and yeah, it got bigger. So it's just gonna end up like Smash Brothers, where the portraits just get smaller and more get added. We're not using the whole screen yet, okay? So there's still a lot of potential to go crazy with it. But yeah, I just like having this because I don't have a site or a place where I put them all somewhere, you know, next to each other. No slot for mother. That's not an outfit. That's just my webcam for the millionth time. That's just my webcam. But yeah, I want to I'm gonna add them all. I'm gonna add them all. I want to add them all. 5 million portraits. 5 more billion outfits. Anyway. Anyway, when are we getting the fighting game with all the geek classes? If you would like to fund development, you can. That's how I'll say that. Yeah, when are we getting that? I ask myself that every day too. Great question. Look, I have to fund the outfits themselves to begin with, okay? And they're not cheap. Whoa! Huge! Puckhead, thank you for the 100 bits. Glumpy, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. We're on our way already. We're on our way. Also, Melanor, Joe, Chi-Chi, you, Loki, Biggest, Lemmy, Phoenix, Toronto, Z, Mecha, and Gemors. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you all. Welcome on in. I'm gonna win the lottery about 5 times and use it all to pay Arxis. I've worked with Arxis and Marks. I've worked with them before. They actually wanted me to do another thing at some point, but they were like, it has to be at 5 a.m. because they're doing something in Japan and wanted me to co-stream it. And I was like, sorry. No. No, I'm not starting stream at like 4 a.m. Unfortunately. But I have done the same thing in the past with them because it was, you know, normal time. And it was a good time. They're very nice. They're very, very, very nice. They're great. Is that... Oh, one of you said, wait, that is the normal speed of that song. Yeah, that's the actual song. You've probably seen the TikTok meme, the trend, yeah. Yeah. Need to hire the dude who does the Iron Mouse model index for Geega version. I'm already working on something, don't worry. It's not going to be that. It's not like a model index, but it's something that better puts everything in one spot. So, no need. No need. I've already done that. When you ask, what should I do about a guy like Nirvana Jesus Chatter? If I'm a new streamer and they're my only viewer or like one of 5, ban them. Fuck them. If you don't like someone's vibe, they're not getting it, they're saying stuff in chat that just throws it off, then you ban them. What do you mean? If you enjoy them and you want to talk to them, then you don't. You know? We timed that guy out once first, and then he just kept asking questions that were just kind of like not, like totally unrelated to anything, and also not topics that we tend to love talking about a ton here, right? So we told him, hey, calm down, and he just wasn't the one. Yeah, exactly what Cyclone said. If you're streaming like 5 people, 3 people, and it's just you and 2 people that are actually chatting, and you and those 2 people are talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On stream, and someone keeps coming and talking about not Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're like, hey, we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And they go, anyway, I love Roblox, and they just keep doing it. You don't gain anything by keeping that person there and being like, I can't ban them because then I'd lose a viewer and it's so valuable. You don't gain anything. They're just derailing, and you want your community to be what you want it to be. So that's all. You prune, like you prune leaves off of a bonsai, okay? You're like, I'm trying to get these branches to grow in a specific direction and look a specific way. So I prune any little leaves or branches growing that don't fit that vision. You're not like, fuck this leaf as you pick it off. You're not like, I hate this leaf, you know? You do not do bonsai with anger in your heart. You just prune it. You're just pruning it. And that leaf can go into the ground and become the soil or whatever the fuck. It can go off on the wind and slap onto another tree. And you know, leaves don't really propagate on other trees like that. But you get what I'm saying. You get the metaphor. But yeah. Just prune them like leaves. If you think of it like that, then you won't feel so bad. Because it does suck. I always feel bad. Anytime someone doesn't get it, I'm like, man, I wish they got it. And I feel bad being like, you don't get it. Because it feels bad to be on the receiving end of that. But it feels worse to like let your community all have to be subject to like something. You know what I mean? So I try to think about it positively. Nah, I mean. Anyway, yeah, make a haiku out of that. Someone make a haiku out of the tree thing. Dare I say that was flames? Kira, thank you for the 24 months. Morpheus, thank you for 23. Thank you, thank you. How else will they get if you don't give the hard no? If I was like a stupid kid back in the day talking about some shit and I wasn't getting something socially, the only way I remember really learning was learning in a little bit of a harder way. It doesn't have to be the hard way, but people just being very clear with me. That was the only way I learned. So I don't think you're being mean to someone by just being clear with them. You know? And yeah, and there are plenty of times we've either timed someone out or just kind of told them, hey, do this thing or adjust this. Hey, man, calm down on that or whatever. And they did, and they had a great time and stayed. You know? Like for everyone that stands out where you're like, oh, that one didn't fit here or whatever. There are like 20 more that just have like gotten it, you know? So. Can we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh now? Let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh now. No, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. I did way back in the day, not like a devoted follower of the game. I had a deck and I played a little bit, had a good time, genuinely fun to play, and then it did the thing that every card game does, which is get bigger, and I didn't want to. By bigger, I mean more cards, more metas, etc. And I didn't want to keep up with it. I didn't have it in me. So I said, nah. That's all. That's all. To grow a big tree, some leaves may need to be cut. They will make a good soil. Combo. I like that. Cringe viewer pulls up. I want it to be more about the leaves. The leaves. Oh, here's a good one. A good haiku. The leaves in the trees. They whisper, Nirvana rules. I reach for my axe. I like that one. That one's good. That was good. I like it. You took a weekend. How was it? It was nice. I mean, I streamed the same number of days. It was just that we had a thing that we had to do on Friday. So I moved my usual Sunday stream to Friday, which I've been having to do a lot the past like month, I think. Almost every week there's been some important thing happening on a specific day that I had to move stream to. So whenever I have to give up a day, I always give up the weekend day and then move that Sunday to whatever, right? It was a lot of Saturdays that we did as well. But yeah, it was the first time I had like a real weekend matching up with other people's weekends in a long time. What'd you wind up doing? I hung out with everyone who has real weekends in their lives. Just spent time with friends, that was all. I spent time with one friend on Saturday and then a bunch of friends on Sunday. Yeah. I have a lot of IRL friends that I just don't see a ton. I see very occasionally. So whenever I do have time, I'm just going to see family or friends every time, pretty much. That's almost always what I'm doing. Yeah, no. Self-care. Yeah, I mean, I always regret if I haven't spent time with people and then I see them after a long time and I'm like, man, I wish I spent more time with them. I literally always feel that way about anyone who's like a genuine friend of mine or family members or whatever. So yeah, I try to combat that. I try. And these are friends that I do talk to online, so it's not like I never ever ever hear from them, but you know. It's good. It's good. Has northeast weather gotten less bipolar this week? So I was like 80 degrees and snowing the next day a week or so ago. Last week was ridiculous. Okay, so last week it was like 80 degrees out. Okay, and this was right after the blizzard. We had that huge blizzard. We had two. We had one big blizzard and then like a week passed and then there was a second blizzard and it dumped so much snow on us. And then a couple days later, it was 80 degrees out and I went out in a damn tank top, okay? I was in a damn tank top walking around like, whoo, it's hot. I had pants on. I went, man, should have worn shorts. And I was like, holy, as I'm going for my walk and stuff. I get back in, and then a couple days later, boom, plunges down to freezing at night. And I'm like, what is, holy. But you know what? This happens up here every year. Every year. The jet stream's moving back up, but it's not decided if it is or is not yet. So we can get big winter storms, and we can get hot southern air. And it just, you know, as the storm systems move through, a cold front comes through, a warm front comes through. We get a lot of like pockets of air next to each other that are just completely wildly different. And we experience them over the course of a couple days. That's just, the Northeast is very much like that this time of year, always. So there's always that like faux spring. We're in that faux spring. I think we're in real spring now, just barely getting there, but we had a faux spring and then it got cold again. And we're starting to normalize, but we're not going to be normalized until the end of the month, usually. It's always a couple of weeks in March where it's just, you know. But yeah. I'm not surprised. I just want to know which coat I got to wear. Yeah. That's where I'm at. I wake up and I'm like, Alexa, tell me the weather. And then she does. And I'm like, okay. Guess it's jackets and sweatpants today, you know, or whatever. Yesterday I was out in a t-shirt and it was in the 70s. Huge storm last night. Now it's snowing. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty, it's a little colder today. For sure. I think it feels colder. Actually, I didn't walk outside today. Weather.com. Another severe weather outbreak with widespread damaging winds and tornadoes in the east today. Oh, great. We don't get tornadoes up here, at least. Another major winter storm is bringing blizzard conditions and record snow. Though that's further. It's further out. We don't have that right here. New York City. Oh, It's 56. That's not bad. I didn't go out because it looked kind of muggy. It looked kind of wet. Dense fog. Dense fog advisory. Yeah, I didn't really feel like dealing with that. It's just going to rain today. It says rain, but it doesn't show like crazy storms, so we should be okay. I always worry during storms. Sometimes my power like flickers a little. It almost never goes out because we have all the infrastructure that prevents that usually, but you never know. But yeah, it looks alright. It's just gonna be a rainy day. I like it because it's overcast. I like when it's just gray. It's just gray everywhere. I really like that. It's nice. The lighting is nice. The lighting is soft. It's not hot. I hate the heat, so anything that makes me feel like, wow, it's not gonna be hot today makes me happy. So, you know. It's hecking windy. Don't say hecking. No, that's fine. I think, was it yesterday or the day before? Saturday. Saturday was super windy. Like, you go outside and you just get blown over. You know, just completely knocked on your ass. It was crazy. Why can't every month have May weather? I like when it gets warmer, but I hate bugs. I'm a huge bug hater. I don't like spending time outside when bugs are there, which is anytime the weather starts getting nice. So I like fairly cold weather, and I like the seasons where they have decided to go burrow and calm down. And I think a big part of it is because in the city, you said you're in NYC, you have like 3 bugs. Well, here's the problem. You know what those 3 bugs are? Wasps, mosquitoes, and I mean, it depends on where you are in the city, but the closer you are to the water, you get more. But yeah, and cockroaches. We also get lots of ants. We also get lots. We actually do have a lot of bugs because there's a lot of wetlands and stuff. It's a very humid, damp environment, New York City. So, and there are a lot of parks and things, and the bugs thrive there. And especially the closer you get to the water, if you're near the river and everything, their estuaries, all of that, man, you get all the flying, biting things. And not a lot of predators to eat them is kind of the problem with the city. So yeah, there are birds and stuff, but and there are some bats, but you know, the ones that bite and have not much purpose besides biting thrive. We do have sand gnats. Yep. All types of gnats everywhere, biting ones. So there's just such an abundance of them that it does get really buggy, but specifically all the ones that suck to be near because they bite you. Yeah, we got mayflies, we do. And for mosquitoes, I've talked about them before. We get those ones that are, it's an Asiatic mosquito, so it's this black mosquito instead of brown, and it has white stripes on its legs. And those things bite hard. They're big enough that I actually can feel them when they land on me and bite. I feel a tiny pinch. They're large. They are everywhere, and they have 3 health bars. You try to kill them, they get back up. It's crazy. Yeah, people call them like tiger mosquitoes, stuff like that. We have those in the city. They are horrible. The dang ones. Is that what they have? Hold on. I think so. Yep, it's those ones. They're from tropical and subtropical regions, and they made their way to New York and they just love it. They give you Zika virus, they give you yellow fever, they carry fucking everything. They carry everything. If they just bit and they didn't carry stuff, I would care less. I'd be like, man, they're annoying, but whatever. But they really like carry a lot of stuff. So, are they truly large or just large by comparison? I mean, you can always see them flying around. They're big enough that you will always see them. And I don't think they're that huge compared to a lot of normal-sized bugs, but compared to a normal little brown mosquito, they're like 4 times the size or something. They're, you know, because the little brown ones, you could miss them, not quite see them. until you like really lock in and look for them. Those, even if you're not looking for them, you do see them just flying around. They're quite large comparatively. So, yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them. Now, one of the things that eats them are bats. Are bats. So there are a lot of places around the city where people are trying to put up like little bat enclosures and houses. They kind of look like bird houses, but there's a couple small differences, and they're trying to really encourage bats. Because bats are nothing but good. They just eat and poop, eat and poop. You know, they just show up, eat bugs, specifically a lot of the disease carrying ones that we don't want around us, and then they poop on the ground and fertilize. So, you know, they're pretty good. So people are really trying hard to encourage the bats. They're trying hard. How long ago you had an encephalitis shot? Did you get an encephalitis shot? When was your encephalitis shot? They don't really do those here. That's the problem. They a lot of people travel outside of the US and they go and get those shots when they go to those places, but they don't really do regular shots here for pretty much anything. And I'm kind of like sitting here thinking, when are people going to start doing that? Because we're getting some of those, mosquito varieties. And they're not all, even though they can carry some of those stuff, that doesn't mean that they all carry those things. But they come from somewhere. They come from populations of mosquitoes that do carry this stuff. So it's like, we'll see. Heard about dengue cases in the US, but I didn't know it was getting that common there. In New York at least, I see nothing but those mosquitoes. I don't even see the little brown ones anymore. Like I have a couple of times, but in comparison, I would say I barely see them compared to the mosquitoes just being those like large black and white ones. So, and that's been like that for years. And if you go anywhere outside of the city, especially, it's really bad. So if you just go a little west, a little east, a little north to the areas that are a little more suburban, kind of. It's like the sprawl outside the city that doesn't really feel urban anymore. So people start to really have yards and stuff like that. That they're fucking everywhere. They're everywhere because it's a wet environment. It's very humid here, and in the summer they love that. They love that. They breed and they leave their little larvae in like still water. That's why I was saying it. Didn't I say this a couple weeks ago that I am like the biggest hater of still water? And if I see a bucket outside that someone left after a storm and that bucket has water in it, I will always tip it out. I don't care. I don't care if it's on someone's like property, right? It's like on their stoop up one thing or whatever. I will just always pour that shit out. That's why. It's because they're so prolific. And if you can destroy the little habitat that they used to breed in, give the water to the plants instead, it helps. I hate places that loosely store tires for that reason. Yeah, anything. Just cover it all. That this place got humid. Yeah, I mean, you can just see it. It rains and then gets hot and then rains and then gets hot over and over, and it's the perfect environment for lots of bugs. Perfect for them. The birds have a field day though. Certain birds will eat a lot of these types of bugs. And a lot of birds tend to focus on like ground bugs, but there are some that will go for flying things, or especially like wherever they're nesting, that's where they'll get them. So people are going crazy with feeding the birds, and they're just all trying to encourage so many birds and really get that up because the best way you can do anything about it, really. At least they're not as fast as the small ones. No, they're fast as fuck. They're fast as hell. You go. You know what they really are good at doing? They're good at dodging. They're just so good at dodging. Mosquito flying around and you try to clap to kill it. Those big ones. They almost always, the moment they feel the air moving, because your hands are getting closer together, right? The air is kind of rushing out. They just go with it. They take off. It's you gotta be so fast if you're trying to just go bam and like catch one. They do get bullet time. It's insane. It's insane. Crazy. But anyway, I wish a very hope you all die to all mosquitoes out there. Hope you all fucking die to the mosquitoes of this world. Thank you. Make me snacks now. Fuck them. Kill them. I see your beautiful little environment of standing water. I'm kicking it over. I'm tipping it. Fuck them. I don't care. Death the yellow jackets too. Yeah, I'm a big wasp and hornet hater. Some of them have a little environmental impact that could be like, good or neutral. For the most part, a lot of them kind of don't have much but negative impact. But they depending on the area, they can be good predators of other things. So, I'm not a 100% wasp and hornet hater because they have their places sometimes. They don't have their place anywhere where I am though. If they ate a lot of the mosquitoes, I'd maybe feel a little differently, but they just don't. They just don't really eat a lot of them. They don't seem to care for them as much as they like eating other stuff. So, I don't know. There's a wasp for that for every critter. Yeah. I don't know what yellow jackets even eat. Watch this. We have Google. What do yellow jackets eat? They're opportunistic omnivores. They're important predators of pest insects. Let me see. Life cycle and habits, notable species, nest. Eat. Hold on. Oh, they'll eat like everything. They eat like apples, right? So if you have a fruit tree, and it's got like an apple that's like, not looking so hot, they'll just go eat it. They will tear meat apart, yeah. Thanks, Octo. Proteins derived from insects, meats, and fish. Typically. And then sugars and carbohydrates mostly from fruits, flower, nectar, tree sap. Which is why they tend to, live in wood, not just because that's their nesting habit, but also because that's the food sources are right there, right? I've seen them eat everything, personally. I've seen them eat fucking everything. And this is corroborating that. It looks like, they eat what they eat, they collect it, and they chew and condition all of those foods and then feed them to the larvae. Many of the insects collected by the workers are considered pest species, making the yellow jacket beneficial to agriculture. High impact. I was just talking about yellow jackets. I was talking about how much I hate mosquitoes, Raiders. Welcome on in. I was saying I hate mosquitoes, and then someone else brought up that they hate yellow jackets, and I said I am a hater, but not 100%. And then I was just reading out what they eat. They eat a lot of pest insects, so they're actually great. I was making my mini defense for wasps. So I'm not a 100% hater as much as I would hate having them near me. Because they do eat a lot of other stuff. But yeah, I'm a big mosquito hater. Raiders, what's your most hated insect? It's mosquitoes for me. I think mosquitoes and spotted lanternflies are up there. They're up there. I also really don't like cicadas, though I haven't had to deal with too many of them. There was, within the past, 5 years, when was it? Was it the past 5 years? There was, one huge brood that came out while I was traveling. And unfortunately, I was traveling to a place where a brood was coming out. And I got to be there when the air was just thick with them. It looked like that one curse when the locusts will just fill the air. It looked like that, but with cicadas. And they were just everywhere, everywhere, all over the sidewalks, all over. They weren't just hanging out. They were actually swarming the air. So I was like visiting a family member and I just couldn't go outside. I couldn't without putting on like a beekeeper suit because they were just everywhere. They would fly into you constantly. It looked like a locust swarm. So I said, you know what? Never thought I'd have to do this, but when I'm traveling somewhere, I have to look up cicada broods and make sure I'm not getting like one of those crazy ones. Because, they tend to, it depends on the variety of cicada, but some of them will only come out every 11 years, every 17 years, every whatever, right? So that's what was happening when I was there. Was that brood was coming out. And I just happened to pick the wrong time because they only come out for like a couple weeks, maybe like 2 weeks, It's like a short-lived thing. Every 11 years? Yeah, dude. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you the deets. Cicada broods, USA. Okay, the Forest Service has this calendar. Active periodical cicada broods of the United States. And they said those periodical cicada broods are distinct populations that emerge all at once every 13 or 17 years. So they're going to tell you like, oh, this brood that we watch is going to come out this time. Let me see. So there's one of the next major ones. Actually, we have kind of a good gap of nothing for now. In 2029, brood 1 of 17-year cicadas. Brood 1 is going to come out. And they look like they're in northwestern Virginia, mostly. So if you're there at that time, 2029, there's going to be a period of a couple weeks where the air is just thick with those cicadas, thick with them. But yeah, we had, I don't remember, when did I travel? I don't remember which brood it was that I got to see. But it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Numbered broods is horrifying. Well, they all come out at the same time. They all kind of bred and then put their brood in the ground and burrowed at the same time. So that they all come out at the same time, because they have the same, gestation period, whatever you want to call it. So it's interesting. Anyway, I don't like them. TLDR, I don't like them when they come out. Oh. I feel like you're going to see a guy standing out there going, return the slab, with locusts flying around him, except this time it's like, brood 3 of cicadas or whatever. Terrible. No, thank you. I'm good. And the good thing is, they're not harmful to you, a person walking around. They don't walk up to you and just be like, I'm going to bite your ass. They don't do that. They just they're stupid, and they don't really dodge you at all when they're flying. Flies can fly around you and sometimes they hit you occasionally. Cicadas do it all the time. All the time. So cicadas will just bump into you constantly. Not really good at that. Yeah, just annoying more than anything. If you're talking to someone, you don't want a fat cicada just flying into your mouth. Terrible. Awful. Terrible experience. Don't do it. Don't recommend. But they do kind of destroy all the crops. And then, they piss everywhere. So, not good. But then when a lot of them die, they all die, really. They all wake up, breed, and then throw the brood into the ground. The brood burrows, and then all the adults just kind of die. Hey, great fertilizer. Wonderful. There is that, I guess. He said there's this one dog at my job that just kind of grabs him out of the sky. Dude, my dog would do that. I would take her to the beach, my old dog, and she would see dragonflies and things flying around. She'd go and grab them, and I'd be like, no, stop it. I'd be like, don't eat that. And she would always do it. She couldn't help herself. You know, she was part border collie, so like she was wired and she was looking for something to do all the time. Man, she was so good at catching them too. She would get them every time. So I taught her to not do that. So instead she would snap at them and she would snap next to them and then look at me. And then she would open her mouth to show me that she wasn't holding one every time without me even asking. She'd be like, look. She'd like fake spit out, right? And show that like nothing came out and then look at me. She was so smart. She was so good. Because she knew I was going to ask. I was very consistent with that. She didn't want to deal with it. They're so cute. I miss having a dog. I'm not going to get one, like lifestyle-wise. With streaming the hours that I stream, I would not do right by a dog. Maybe if I had like a fat fuck golden retriever that didn't want to go outside, like a Labrador, right? That just wants to lay there. Maybe I could do right by that dog, but you know, I'd really only be able to like take the dog out in the morning and then that's it. And living in the city, you have to like, you gotta go out with them, you know? You can't just let your dog out and be like, yep, go poop in the street unwatched. Like, you can't really do that. So, you know, maybe someday, but probably not likely. I really like having cats now. Low maintenance pets now? Yeah, I have two cats. They're great. They're great. Wonderful. They hang out. They sleep a lot. So they choose to line up a lot of their sleep with when I'm streaming. Because they know I'll be around the other times when they're awake. So they move a lot of their sleep to when I'm streaming, so I don't have to worry about leaving them alone for long periods because they just hang out. And then, you know, they wake up in the middle of it occasionally, a little bit. They play with each other because I've got two, so they're chilling. They're chilling, and I don't have to take them outside or do anything that, like, you know, I can't really do easily. But yeah, a bulldog would be a good fit for you. Oh, I like bulldogs. I like any damn dog. The thing is, I'm not going to be like, let me go get a breed that's the right fit for me. I would go to a shelter and take whatever the fuck they have that I like, that seems okay. So, which is always a risk, you know, in what type of dog you're getting, because you don't quite know what they're mixed with, and you can make a lot of guesses, but you don't really know. You just have to watch their behavior, and that's what you get. So, which is what I did with my old dog. I got her. She was a nondescript looking puppy, some sort of mutt, and could not tell. And then as she grew up, I was like, holy shit, she's got a lot of border collie in her. And, you know, she looked like one. She acted like one. She was, you know. And I said, oh, fuck. And then I had to adapt to that. But I did not choose her going, I would love a dog that needs to work all the time. Yeah, you know, I didn't know it or think that that's what I was getting necessarily. I just said, well, we'll see. It's the dog gotcha. It is what it is. Once they're healthier, usually, though. Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna say all breeders are evil. You know, there are a lot of ones that do really good work, but I'm a fan of going to a shelter and getting some mutt of some sort and just dealing with that, you know? Yeah, I feel you real. German Shepherds are just so, they need a lot. And you need to do a lot of things with them. You can't just let them outside and be like, go have fun, and then they just have fun. They need you as well to be doing that stuff with them. They're great if you like hiking, if you like going on runs, all of that kind of stuff. They're excellent, but yeah, they need a lot. I mean, my dog was kind of like that. She would have her moments where she would get a little lazy at home. She wasn't the worst with it. But she also wasn't 100% border collie, right? So she was a little calmed down, but she needed to feel like she was able to do work. And she would get up and be like, and start getting anxious, and she'd start like looking for something to bite or you know. And I think I've told you guys this before, but I would hide toys around. Every day I would place a bunch of things in a bunch of spots that she knew the names of, and I'd be like, can you go find this? And she'd go look for it and find the thing and bring it to me. And then I'd be like, oh my God, you found the thing. And she'd be like, yeah, you know. And then I'd like throw it around for a bit and you know, give her some tasks and stuff. I got used to pacing. I would pace a lot because she really enjoyed walking with me. It's a herding breed. So I would be reading something or doing something, and I would just pace around in this one room that I had where I could kind of make like a big circle. And I would have her move with me, and I would just stop occasionally. And then keep walking, and then stop occasionally, and then keep walking. And I would just do this as I was doing my stuff. And she was walking with me, and she'd like sit, she'd heel, right? As I do that. And then I start walking in, and she'd walk with me, and I was training her to keep her head like right next to my leg, that kind of stuff. And so even if she was well trained, she already knew what to do, she could just do that for hours. She could just walk around and be like, oh, I'm standing next to you for hours and feel like she's really getting something done. So I got really used to pacing around everywhere because it gave her something to do, you know? So, yeah. It definitely took up a bit of my time, but she was a lot. She was a lot. But she was very nice, and I liked her a lot, and she wasn't 100% anxious and needy all the time. She had a little calmness to her, too, so she wasn't too bad. I liked working with her. But I make sure when I could to really, like, take her out, you know? Oh, there's this German Shepherd at your job. Doesn't really listen to his mom when she tells him to sit because she says it so quietly. So when you walked up to him with his leash in both hands, you told him sternly to sit, and the mom was very surprised. I know. Because dogs respond to authority. That's all it is. So if you say in an authoritative voice, down, and you don't let the dog have its way ever, it will understand you are an authority figure, and it won't be crazy. But then, yeah, a lot of dog owners will just kind of like let their dog walk all over them. And it's hard to undo that once you let it start. They don't realize that either, so that shit's tough. You gotta start and stay consistent with it. I wonder if owners fear their own dogs sometimes. Yeah, but it's like the same thing with parents and their kids too. Like, kid is freaking out and they just give him an iPad instead of sitting down with them and addressing what's bothering them, figuring out why is this kid frustrated? What do they need? How can I help them through this thing when they're having a tantrum, right? People just take the easy route all the time. They don't want to do anything hard, but then they're like, I still want a kid and or dog though. They don't really. They want like parts of it, but not all of it, you know? So there's a lot of bad dog owners out there, but there's also a lot of bad parents out there, you know? It's very prevalent. It's very, very prevalent. Dog tip. This is from someone who works with dogs. Confirmed. Hold the leash in both hands. If you have a dog over 30 pounds, you have no business having a shitty retractable leash. It's true. Oh, thank you, Oshi. I'll take that out. Yeah, it's very true. I have seen so many times people with they're like my cute pitty mix that I just adopted, and it's like this big muscular dog. They have a shitty retractable leash that they're holding in one hand. Okay, and then the dog pulls one time and they drop the leash and they're like, "Oh, he's so crazy." And I'm like, this is not funny or cute at all. Like, this is just your dog could be very nice and make one little mistake because it doesn't know its strength and like take somebody out, you know, take somebody out. God forbid a kid. But people are so lazy with it. I'm kind of, I feel like you should have to get a license to have a dog. People would be so pissed if that were the case. But I'm one of those people. I feel like you should have to have a license to have any pet, and you should be able to demonstrate understanding and something. And then if you don't have that license, it can be retracted. If you don't have that license and you're seen out walking a dog, I don't know, man. That's just me. You do have to do dog training in Germany. Yeah, well, it's really hard to do that in the US of A, where it's really big. There's a lot of people. It's hard to implement anything on that wide of a scale, but I feel like the States could do it. I don't know. At the very least, take a class about dog training. Yeah. I mean, it should be like getting your driver's license. Take a little test. Maybe there's no practical exam. Maybe it's just take a little written test and you sign a form saying, like, I understand I'm supposed to do this, I'm not supposed to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then you do that and then you jack up the fines if they fuck up, you know? You jack up the fines. I don't think someone should, like, have their dog attack somebody and like, not have any issue. They shouldn't be like, yay, and then nothing changes in their life. They should get got, you know? You know what I mean? People will not put the effort in, take them to get socialized, and it acts like an asshole, then get offended when we kick the dog out of daycare or recommend training. Yeah, yeah. Like, dude, they do it with the dog parks in the city. You can get blacklisted from dog parks if your dog is aggressive, if it's not well trained, whatever. A lot of the dogs in the city are really good because they have to be around people all the time. You cannot take your dog out and not have it be around people because there are people everywhere, right? So a lot of the dogs are fairly well socialized and at least pretty calm. But yeah, you can get blacklisted from dog parks. So if you're on that blacklist and you're seen around, everyone will report your ass. Everyone will know in your neighborhood, all the regulars of those dog parks, they will know, they will report your ass, and you will get got. And it's really nice. It's really, really, really nice. People are very vigilant. Very vigilant. Are the owners not held responsible if their dog attacks someone? I'm talking about lower level stuff. Lower level. US has a Karen problem. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, man. You see the haircut and you gotta turn the other way and run. You see that Karen haircut? You see a dog in that purse? 90% chance that dog will kill you if you get near it. Now, will it really successfully do it? No, but it'll try because it's usually like a tiny little thing that could never actually kill you, but it will think that it can. The haircut became the tell. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how the hell that happened. They all collectively decided to get that one haircut. You know what it is? It's because they all watch TLC. It's because they all watch TLC. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. They all saw that lady with that haircut on that show and they were like, oh, that's so me. That's so me. Said I like that haircut, they ruined it. I actually hate that haircut so much. I think it looks like shit. But that's just me. The Karen haircut. I don't know. When Kate was like, from John and Kate Plus 8, she was like the first one to really be on TV with the haircut. And I remember seeing it. I remember my mom watching that show. And she saw it and she was like, what a haircut. That's cute. And I was like, are you kidding me? She looks like Naruto. Like, what do you mean? But not like good. You know? I was like, she looks like weird Naruto. Like, she has Sasuke bangs and then, like, it's spiked up in the back. Like, what do you mean? And I said that, and my mom was like, oh, yeah. And then she was like, she never called it cute again. Never did. I don't know, man. But also, she had professionals sitting there helping her do her stuff each day because they were on the show. Your mom knows who Naruto is? Yeah. Mama was cool like that. She's kind of cool like that. She didn't really watch Naruto, but she could see it, and I could be like, okay, one of these three characters is Naruto. Which one is it? And she would be like, it's that guy. It's that guy. She could identify him in a lineup, okay? Now, if I asked her to describe him not in a lineup, I don't know how she would do on that one, but if he was in a lineup, she could do it. She could do it. I hope she can do a Rasengan. I don't know if she's that level of fan. Maybe something tells me maybe not. Maybe not. But she knows what anime is. She does know what anime is. Wish we could get a 1-hour Geek Mom and Geek Dad stream? What does that mean? Just that they appear in general? No. No. They don't want to be in front of the public ever. Never ever. Neither has any desire to ever be known like that. And I would never push them in any way. I've never even asked them. They were like, hey, is everything you're doing not going to come back to us? And I said, it shouldn't, hopefully. And they went, okay, good. Because I don't want us to ever have to deal with people. You know? They were like, I like my privacy. And I was like, yeah, I get it. So, yeah. That extends to even being like heard on stream. They don't want that. So there are times where they are legitimately just here. Like one of my parents will just be visiting, hanging out, and they are just in another room. And they're like, if they need to tell me something, they would just like lean in the doorway and like mouth something at me. You know, like they don't want to be they don't want to be known. So yeah. I do think it's nice though when streamers do have parents that want to show up. I think that's nice. But I always hope that like they want everything that comes with that. You know? I always hope for that. Which some of them seem to, like, what's a good example? Oh, Queso's mom. Case's mom, like, just really likes being a part of it, and she's essentially his manager, right? She's a part of his team 100%. So she just loves being there, you know, and that's really nice to see. And then his dad, he doesn't really show his dad. His dad will maybe be around, but you'll see if he's doing a stream and his dad is like walking past, he'll always like put the camera down for any of those ones where he's like walked around his home to show things, etc. So, you know, both of my parents are like that, where they're just like, nope, nope. So, that's it. Have they ever called you Geega to mess with you? No. No, they're absolutely not in the habit of doing anything like that, and I don't even talk to them about this stuff that much. I give them like some updates, but I don't like, that's it. I just give them like major updates. How's it going? Good. Okay, anyway. You know, that kind of stuff. That's really it. It's fun when the parents appear on stream. It's obvious that's where the streamer got their personality. Yeah. That's my favorite thing. Because everyone is a product of their environment, right? So I think it is cool to see family members, or sometimes it's just a friend that they grew up with, but they act very similar because they grew up in the same environment. You can see it, you know, that kind of stuff. I like seeing that. It's cute. You ever think someone recognizes your voice in public? No. No. Do they have Twitch usernames? Nope. They're not even on this website. My family members don't really like use this stuff. I like anyone older, like my parents. There's no desire for that. They're not really on the internet. Like they just go outside and live life outside. I don't know how else to say it. They live life normally very analog. My mom reads a lot. She reads a ton. So I have someone to talk to about whatever books I'm reading because we have the same taste in books, that kind of stuff. You know? Though I did get my mom Balatro. Because they do like games. My mom especially. So she has a Switch, one, not two. I kind of considered getting her a Switch 2 and Pocopia, but not right now. Not right now. It's not the time. She's got a lot going on. So I got her just Balatro. And so she's kind of like she hasn't opened it yet. She hasn't opened it yet. She's waiting for a day when she like can sit down with it for a while, and then she was gonna call me and just like tell me what's going on as she's playing it. So I can explain it to her, or she's waiting for me to like be there physically, maybe. I don't know. But she was like, I'm waiting for you. And I was like, just play it. And she was like, well, what if I don't know what something is? And I was like, you can ask me. And she's like, but what if she doesn't like doing anything new without like being with her? So so I was like, all right. Okay. Okay. You've been trying to get your mom to play Bellatrix for every year, but if it's not Scrabble, she doesn't even want to look at it. That's tough. That's tough because it's just, it is good. It is good, but a lot of people that are older and play, you know, Scrabble or Solitaire or whatever their comfort game is, a lot of the time they play it because it's familiar to them. And the idea of learning a new game or adding more info into their brain about a new game, they're resistant to that. You know, it's tough. My mom is not resistant to trying a new thing, but she will not try it alone. I have to be with her, or one of my siblings has to be with her or something. You know, that's the kind of issue. And then once she's playing it, I can let go, right? The training wheels can come off and like and it's fine. But she just won't try it unless one of us is like there with her, you know? We need the retirement homes to become League of Legends farms. It will help work their brains. I genuinely think they should do that. I genuinely think Graham in the retirement home needs a laptop and Steam. It could go crazy. It could go crazy. I think you guys, whatever generations you guys are in, if you're here watching Twitch, right? It's gonna be like that. It's 100% gonna be like that. You're gonna be in the retirement home like, anyone want to play some ARAMs? You're gonna be playing old games for nostalgia. Probably just emulating a lot of shit. I think TCGs are gonna do well in retirement homes. All that kind of stuff. But it's really Gen X and beyond that was into that kind of stuff. So I know as some Gen X people get older, some of them are hitting retirement. They're getting there. Many of them are still working, but some of them are starting to get there. And they're playing D&D. A lot of them are playing D&D. They're making home games, you know, with people around, and they're playing poker and D&D at home. That's really kind of how retirement's going for a lot of those folks. So, I think there's a lot of potential. A lot of potential. Grandma's homebrew. Yeah. Yeah, and D&D has been around for forever, so I know there are some really elderly people still actively playing. But I want to say that's mostly Gen X and millennials that really got into that stuff. So that's when I feel like you'll go to a retirement home and you'll be able to find other people that probably also like those things, you know? Thus, Gen X might be the last that can relive those old games as the online stuff keeps vanishing, sadly. Um, they'll always find a way. Is what I think. They'll always find a way. I feel you, nerd. You said you want to. I want to be healthy and active as I get older. If I'm in pain and disabled, just take me outside and shoot me. Different people feel differently. Most people, when faced with that, they're like, nah, I got another day in me. Nah, I got another day in me. Nah, and then they just do that in perpetuity because it's a gradual change. But I get you. I get you. Hey, I've been there. I've been like, practically bedridden, like mobility lowered. Having a hard time doing more than walking across the place from one room to another. Everything you do hurts. Have to move slowly because you can't do this thing. I've been there. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, man. It's bad. That plus being old, so like maybe cognition's okay, maybe not. I don't know. Is rough, but hey, if you can sit in a chair and play video games, I mean, I'm gonna get cathed up and I'm gonna sit in a wheelchair and be a billion years old, and I'll just be like, fuck it. Give me an ostomy bag, And I'll just sit here and play games all day, and then I'll be like, nurse! Nurse! I'm cathed up and in need of help, or whatever. It'll be great. It's basically the same as now. It's like, imagine if your life was what it is right now, sitting in front of the computer playing games or watching streams or whatever, except instead of a normal gamer chair, it just had a toilet seat in the bottom. Done. Maybe you're cathed up, maybe you're not. But there you go. There's so much potential. Dorito delivery service. Exactly. You could press the little button. Nurse, I need snacks. Be so good. I don't know. It sounds kind of utopian to me, actually. Some people going, oh, I don't know if I want that future, but some people also going, I want that. I don't know. I don't know. Much potential. Is that one scene from WALL-E? I mean, as tech gets better, yeah. Your quality of life while being someone who doesn't have great mobility or being older, whatever, just gets better and better. So, potentially. The ceiling gets higher. So, maybe. Maybe. It's not that different from how it is now. Just shifts the game from backgammon and chess to Halo Reach, StarCraft 2 for the true degens to Dwarf Fortress. That's what I'm saying. It just shifts it to devices instead. People are going to be like, I'm on my 50th Nuzlocke. My Nuzlocke. It's going to be so good this time. That's it. That's it. I think people will be playing more turn-based stuff and more things that don't take crazy reaction time. That'll be the big shift, right? Because, some of us may already be dealing with it. Your reaction time may not be as good as that person who's 19 years old and is playing Marathon against you, and they can just like 360 no-scope you faster than you can. And you could be like, oh, I can do it, I swear, but you're just slightly slower because you're no longer a wee bab. That will just continue. So probably fewer people playing FPS in the retirement home. Or maybe they still are and they're just playing against other old people. Maybe. Gaming will help fight cognitive decline. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the effect is there. I think it'll be good. Because a lot of old people have stayed healthy through keeping physical, but not a lot of them have found much to occupy their mind with all that time. Right? If you have a solid MMO, so you can play a game and interact with people, I feel like the quality of life gets so much better for older folks. Like so a million times better. So yeah, there's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential there. That's why, as my parents get older, I'm really considering as gifts for them getting them small, they don't need like beastly machines, but smaller PCs and Steam. And then just gifting them games. And going, hey, play this, hey,
Hope
play
you're
this.
doing well. Is it true that your name is also a mid-boss who is Geega?
That's not a
Similar to
name, that's a
Quest and a Pimp
I
Named
love a Tribe
Slickback
Called
when we
Quest.
gotta say the entire thing?
Look, it's a title, okay, and it's an experience. That's the important thing. It's an experience, just like a Pimp Named Slickback. It's an experience. You got to take it as such. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. You know how it goes. Oh, yeah, you saw a YouTube video of a 90-year-old grandma being high-ranked in Counter-Strike, and she clutched a complete team by herself. Yes. Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I think I am going to get a Gabe Cube for at least one of my parents. Maybe my dad, because my mom's already on the Nintendo grind. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, the Gabe Cube. I want to make both of my parents play Outer Wilds so badly, so badly. I'm already getting one of my other older family members, a different one, not parent, to play Outer Wilds, and they're gearing up for it. It's going to happen soon. And I was like, hey, I will just come over and watch you. I will just sit there and watch you. So exciting. So, we'll see. You got your brothers to play Outer Wilds? Some have. Some have already played it. Some haven't yet, but they all have the ability to play it. There's one in particular that I'm trying to push to play it. We'll see if he does. If he does, I'm going to watch him. Does Outer Wilds have any assists for piloting? There's no way my parents could deal with the controls. There's the auto, so there is an autopilot mode, and you can have it auto land. That doesn't mean that there won't be times that you will still have to manually maneuver, especially when you're out of the ship and you're running around certain areas. There will be times that you do have to move around a little. I don't think the controls are that bad, though, if I'm being honest. They just have to try. They just have to try. I think the instrumentation, so as a gamer, you probably didn't use the instrumentation much in that game. Instrumentation meaning the stuff on the dashboard that's telling you what's happening. So all the meters and dials and things that are showing reactions. But I think someone who is older and can drive a car but maybe isn't used to video games, that instrumentation giving visual feedback would actually help them a lot. So I think there's a lot of potential for it to still work out. But you as a gamer may not have really been paying much attention to that because you just focus on what's happening in the environment. How am I moving in reaction to this versus looking at the dials and stuff, right? So I think it shouldn't be too bad if they just look at that stuff too. It should be okay. Also, Puckhead, thank you for the resub, and Atmos as well. But yeah, I think they could do it. I think they could do it. Gives you everything you need to succeed. It does. Here, let me find Outer Wilds. Ship dashboard. It ain't much. I gotta cut off anything that is showing spoilers. Hold on. Oh no, not that image. Not that image. It was having them listen to stuff and it was saying the name of what they were listening to, and I was like, oh. Let me not show that one. Here, I'll just do Outer Wilds ship. Interior. You know what? I could have typed cockpit. That would have worked. Oh my god, it's all these aesthetically pleasing pics. Okay, I'll just do this one and I'll just cut off the name of the thing that it's showing. There we go. I would feel so bad if I, like, spoiled the game for you. There we go. Okay, so this is the bottom of your little dashboard. Okay, above that is, you know, a plan or whatever. This thing on the left, do you see that thing that's glowing? It's lit up at the bottom. Or at the top of it, rather. That thing is goated. So if you're trying to get someone to play Outer Wilds and they're like, oh my god, the ship controls, blah, blah, blah. This thing is telling you exactly the direction your thrusters are pushing you, or the way the thrusters are pushing out. So you're moving the opposite direction. So if you're pressing up and you're going full strength thrusters up, so it should push you down, it will look like this. So the up one is shooting up at full everything, and it's showing that here, right? And being able to look at that is amazing. There's other stuff that works, but, like, that's the thing that matters the most. So if you have, like, you know, older parents or a friend who's not so good at the movement in games or whatever, just have them look at that thing and teach them what that is. And they will be able to understand the movement in the game so much quicker just by having that. And then once they get used to the ship and how it works with that dial being there, then they should be able to be out of ship and just be in the suit and also still understanding it. But yeah, it's not that hard. There's also the eject button. Yeah. Yeah. Dotted line showing your deviation on a target locked is no help to me. See, I liked that. They would show you, like, you know, this is the direction this thing is going and here's your difference from it. So shrink the gap, right? It's moving farther away from you faster than you are moving toward it. And it would show you that with the dotted line or whatever. I loved that. I loved that. Did you ever play Echoes of the Eye? What did you think of it? I did. I played the DLC. I loved it. I didn't stream it. So I streamed my base game playthrough. And then I didn't stream. I played a little more, just looking around at more environments and stuff to get more information, whatever. Just kind of 100% it. And then the DLC. Because I played it before I went into, like, my major surgery. And then I wanted something to play that I, like, really wanted to play for when I got out of surgery. And I had to lay in a bed and not move because it was abdominal. So I was like, I'm going to be laying there and I can't even do anything. Like, I need something good. So I saved it for that. It was so good. I loved the DLC. The gameplay was different. I do like the gameplay of the base game more, but I did not dislike anything about the DLC. And story-wise, I feel like it wrapped everything together so nicely. And I could rant about it for hours, but I love how literally everything, every tiny detail in the DLC was some sort of direct juxtaposition of that same thing and how it happened or the meaning of it or whatever in the base game. Literally everything was complete opposite in a way. And I don't want to say what those are right now because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but every single thing was a juxtaposition, and I thought it was really, really, really cool how they went that deep with it. But I won't rant too much. Not yet, not right now. Said I hate that I had to look up spoilers for Echoes because I was stuck so much. It was a little more nebulous, yeah, to figure out, like, what you're supposed to do. I watched Hannah Mimi. I watched her play the Echoes of the Eye. I watched a little bit of her base game playthrough, but I didn't know at first that she was playing it, and someone said it in chat, and I was like, oh shit. So I went and watched her DLC playthrough. And she was trying to figure out there is just one thing you have to figure out. There's something you have to understand from the information that they give you. There's a big realization that has to happen. And when you have this realization, you now understand how to get past a certain area and thus get the ending, right? And she was so stuck. And there was just one thing she just didn't realize from like some story bit, environmental storytelling that they gave her. She just didn't realize that one thing. And she was standing at this one spot. And she was like, I don't know how to get through here. And she was going to do it over and over and over. And I watched her for like an hour or two trying to figure this out. And then at some point, she just went through and was like, I need to reread everything. She went back to a bunch of spots and she looked at that one thing that like clued her in on it and went, oh, and it was like, it was so funny watching her just scramble around, just crashing out, pissing, crying, you know, like trying to figure out what she's missing. It was so good. But it's very worth it because I feel like when you do have that moment, it feels crazy. It feels more insane. You know, that first reveal of the DLC still stays with me. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, I like watching other people play that game. That's my most favorite thing. I will never not watch a friend play Outer Wilds. If I know they're playing it, I'm there. Remember you talking to Henny about Star Wars? She beat Lego Star Wars 1 through 6. I gotta make her watch Spaceballs. It's still in the cards. It's still in the cards. I gotta have her watch Spaceballs. Only Mist is giving me similar levels of euphoria for having the pieces click together. I keep hearing that you get that a bit from Tunic. So I'm waiting for, at some point, I want to take a week off. I did say I would do a week off every other month, and I haven't done it. I'm going to do one at the end of this month. Finally. But I want to do one of those weeks off, and then I want to just play Tunic. That's what I want to do. Because it's one of those games where I feel like you should sit down and play it all in one go. So, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, vocal rest week. I need them occasionally. I really do. I've been needing them more and more because I off stream I'm doing so much and I have to talk for a lot of it. So, yeah. I think I'm doing end of next week. End of next week and that weekend will be my week, quote unquote, off. I don't know if it'll be a full week though. But I'll be doing a lot of stuff, so I don't know if I can sit down and play Tunic during that time. Probably not. Probably not. But I have Pocopia and all these other things ongoing right now, so that's fine. Did you play Green Hell? No, I watched someone else play it a long time ago. Hasn't it been out for forever? You're the second person I've seen mention it online. Did they, like, update or something? Did they change anything? No. Doesn't look like it. I don't think. Oh, mouse play. Oh, that's why people are talking about it. No, I have no interest in it. It's I don't think it's my style of game. Maybe it is. I don't know. It always looked like one of those games that actually had a lot more story and stuff to it than you would see, but most streamers just play the first 2 hours of it and then go like, that was great. Anyway, kind of like Raft, you know? So it does look like it actually does get good, but not my style of game too much. I would play with friends. I just don't think I would want to solo it. You know? Lucky. What are you trying to do? Oh, you want my snacks. Oh. Yeah, look at you. Look at you slipping. Can't even jump on it. Yeah. He's trying to act demure, so he's trying to not jump up a certain way, but then he can't, like, make the jump if he doesn't jump that way. But he's trying to be demure, so it's not working for him. Lucky, I know what you're trying to do. There's no... You can't hide it. You can't hide it. I know you're trying to go freak mode on my snacks, dude. Ugh. I know how he is. Henya's genuine reaction to the father reveal in Star Wars, realizing it was spoiled by Toy Story 2, had me rolling. I saw a clip of that. She didn't know what it was spoiling this whole time. Oh, it's so good. So good. I'm glad the Lego Star Wars is really, like, unironically good. The Lego games are fantastic. I gotta see which of my friends have and have not played Lego Voyagers, because I really wanted to play that, but it's a 2-player co-op thing, or best played that way from what I understand, I think. So I wanted to do that. I'm gonna do that at some point. It just looks really good. Okay, let me move this for you. Let me move that. Okay. But yeah. Tried Lego Batman 3, was okay. Lego Star Wars, I think, is the best out of all of those. But the Batman ones were not bad at all. Not bad at all. But I don't know, I wanna play Lego Voyagers. It looks cute. It looks good. But yeah, I need to sit her down and make her watch Spaceballs. Message her. I'm gonna say, does this mean you're an expert now? There we go. I heard you played Lego Star Wars. Does this mean you're an expert on the story now? If she answers yes, I'm going to immediately make her watch Spaceballs. Immediately. Yeah, you said you're fond of the old ones without the VA. Yeah, they get a little corny with the voice acting sometimes, but I don't mind it because it is a Lego game, you know? I feel like it's supposed to be that way. I don't know. Were you ever a fan of the scary movies? Do you mean the comedy ones like Scary Movie 2 and all that? I assume that's what you mean, right? I was. I liked them. They were, I liked any shitty Comedy Central movie. Always. I've seen every single one. There is not a shitty Comedy Central movie that did not show up in front of me at some point. Or anything in the same genre, but on another channel. Always. They're so good. Anyway. I did see the new one was coming out. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. I feel like nowadays people are afraid of corny humor, and then when they do try doing it, they don't commit. You know what I mean? Like they still do corny humor a little bit, but they only do corny humor for kids. They don't do corny humor for adults. And then they don't full commit to it, so some jokes don't like land the same. I don't know. So I hope they turn the clock back and they just go all the way in, you know? We'll see. The new Naked Gun did it. I think the only time I've really seen it was New Naked Gun and what was the other one? The Pentaveret. Did any of you watch The Pentaveret? I don't know that a lot of people watched that one. It was really good. I would say it's not the best, but I really enjoyed it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was a Mike Myers thing. It was weird, but I liked it. Yeah. It was very odd. It was like the TLDR is he plays this guy who's just a nice Canadian news reporter who gets like fired from his job, where he's like maybe getting fired. I don't remember exactly how it starts, but it's just like his job's on the line. And he ends up trying to do a story on something. He's trying to figure out what to do, and he ends up stumbling upon the Pentaveret, which is this like group of 5 people that are, it's basically the Illuminati, right? It's like 5 people that are appointed to be like the heads of the world. and they pull all the strings and they make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. And they're like, you know, there's like the 5th seat that they're trying to fill right now, and there's some drama that happened or whatever, and he's there trying to figure it out. And that's the premise. It was really, really, really funny. And it's like a shitty Mike Myers type of corny humor in a good way. I liked it. Yeah, for the greater good. Yeah, they pull the strings to make sure that the world goes the way it's supposed to go. And they have like their own royal guard that wear medieval armor and stuff. It was really good. I really liked their robes. Their outfits were crazy. I was gonna show an image, but I don't want to spoil it. You should just watch it. You should just watch it. It was solid. It was very solid. Are you part of the Pentaveret? There is no Pentaveret. Dun 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 dun. Also, I want to say, speaking of corny humor, Yusong tweeted something about himself being funny. Ironic joke about him being funny. And I said, he's so funny, haha, XD. And he just replied a little bit ago. I just saw it saying, check your PayPal. We got to get him on the show, man. We got to make that show for him. Oh, I want to make the show so badly. We got to do it. We got to do it. But I don't want paid actors. I need it to be real. Did you see the Oscars? No. I didn't even know the Oscars were happening. I saw on Twitter someone was like, oh my God, can you believe they did whatever at the Oscars? And I was like, oh. Sorry, I'm just so not tapped into a lot of pop culture stuff. I'll be really locked in on certain things and then completely unaware of other stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Was Conan doing the hosting? I think Conan was the host. I think so. I don't know. I saw pictures with him at a mic, so I guess he was. I don't know, man. Sinners won and Timothée Chalamet didn't win. Isn't it crazy how you could say like one thing people don't like and then suddenly everyone's like your enemy number one? You see what they're doing to Timothy right now? I'm not very locked in on that topic either. I've just seen it like as a bystander. All I know is people were pretty neutral about him or didn't say anything about him. And then he said one thing they didn't like and they were like, I hope he doesn't win. And I was like, but you guys loved him in Dune though. What happened? And I saw because he said one thing and was he clip champed? Was he? Oh my God. It wasn't even a recent quote. It was from 2019. How old was he in 2019? How old was he? How old is he now? Hold on. He was 3. He was 7. He's 30 now. Okay, so some guy in his like early mid-20s makes a comment like that and then gets really into further like film and this type of work and probably feels differently and then they clip champ his ass from 2019. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. I'm not gonna say I'm on his side. Maybe he still feels that way. I don't know. I don't know if he said anything as follow-up, but that thing happening the way it does happen to people is the thing I don't like. You know? You watch Marty Supreme. I don't even know what Marty Supreme is. What is Marty Supreme? I keep seeing people say that. And I haven't Googled it until now. Sport/drama. Ping pong bio. Oh, really? Let me see. Set in the 1950s. Oh, he's supposed to be Marty Mauser, loosely based on Marty Reisman. Okay, so it's kind of based on a person, but it's not like an exact thing. Okay. And he's playing a table tennis guy. Oh, it received critical acclaim, grossed 179.3 million worldwide, and was A24's highest grossing film ever. Oh. Okay. All right. Let me see. Is it set in New York?
If you want ping
Yes,
ping,
it
watch
is.
Balls of Fury.
I've watched Balls. You act like I... You think I haven't watched Balls of Fury? Who do you think you're talking to? Of course I've already seen it. You should be familiar with my game. Okay, for anyone in chat who hasn't, yeah. Yeah. The full comment was basically comparing the movie theater to opera/theater in terms of attendance. Oh. That's all? People got that mad at him for, well, I guess he got clip champed, so probably whatever they heard sounded terrible to them. Let me see. Full ballet quote. What was he actually saying? Article from The Guardian 2 days ago. Don't denounce Timothée Chalamet for what he said. Prove him wrong. Oh, girl. Let me see. Wow, one of her opening lines to this article is Timothée Chalamet thinks no one cares about opera or ballet. He told Matthew McConaughey so, also the entire world. Isn't that what people are saying? Like, isn't the full quote? I care about opera and ballet, but I am very aware personally that like not a lot of people will go to these live performances because they can't afford them. And people like watching things online a lot. And those are mediums that don't hit the same unless you see them live. Because when they film them, they don't do the cinematography, that they can do for movies. So people are going to naturally care about a movie a lot more. Yeah. He said that people were just trying to keep those older arts alive and didn't want to do them because they were old. Oh. Well, yeah, they are. I mean, they're fighting against it. And then, again, this is someone who loves opera and ballet. I love this stuff, I don't think he's necessarily wrong. And the no one cares line is definitely hyperbole. This is nothing, is what this is. It's nothing. It's a nothing burger. Isn't it crazy that you could say something that is a big nothing burger and then people will write like 20 articles? It happens to everyone. Is he not allowed to dislike something? No, you're not allowed to dislike something. For me, I try to speak neutrally on a lot of stuff, and then occasionally I say I dislike something. Or actually, I don't even usually say I dislike something. I say I don't like this that much. And in my mind, like, I know not everyone speaks this way. In my mind, I don't like that much means like not that strong, but people take it as strong dislike. And then people will be like, I can't believe you hate whatever. I see it all the time. I don't know, man. He said, I'm not even Timothy's white knight. He's just like a dude. Yeah, I don't care to defend him or be on his side or whatever. I have literally no thoughts toward this guy. No opinions. I just feel bad anytime someone gets dragged for something that was just like a whatever comment. Because the thing is, if someone on the street that I didn't know, some random guy said that line, I'd be like, okay. I would have absolutely no thoughts toward it. I wouldn't be like, oh, time to write an article. Or I wouldn't be like, fuck you, you've attacked my family personally. I wouldn't really care. So I just feel bad. Someone made fun of it in their acceptance speech too. Oh, at the Oscars? I'm telling you, it's because everyone's like engagement farming. Everyone's engagement farming. That's all this is. This is purely that. Which has been the case. This is not just an internet thing. Tabloids have been doing this for forever. This is the case of all media. Okay? Something is getting attention, let me bandwagon. That's all that is. And it is a strategy that always works, and that's why people always do it. It always works. So I think it's fine to do it As long as, you know, you're not like the cause of someone's demise over it or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, so once a certain level of fame is hit within whatever circle that person's in, everything that's said is interpreted to the extreme. I've experienced it. I'm used to it. And I'm not even like, I'm not one of those people where people jump down my throat for everything. It's just been a couple little hints of it, but I have some friends where they could breathe and someone will say something crazy, you know. There's a lot of that. Whatever. It's fun to be that guy that goes, who cares, when people are like arguing about something, right? People are all replying or quote retweeting something or whatever, and you just go, no one cares about this. This isn't important. It's just fun to be that guy. So, you know, you guys continue being that guy when you see that stuff. Can you believe she said what? I don't care, nor do I believe it, you know? Like that one guy in SpongeBob who gets up and says stuff loud. You be that guy. You know the guy. You know exactly who I'm talking about. That one fish. Do they name their side characters? Oh, the My Leg guy's Fred. No, we know that. There's the character who yells hoopla, and his name is Hoopla Fish. Oh, okay. They don't name all of them. Okay, but the My Leg guy, the fish in brown pants, he does have a name, and his name is Fred. Interesting. I will remember this. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't even know how to get Twitter to show me VTuber drama. I just get cat videos. Yeah, I get, I told you guys the other day, I get Brout posts. All I get are Brout posts. Pictures of Brout, and they're like, look at him, he's in a puffer jacket, you know, or whatever. I like his eyebrows. That's all I get. So that's why I don't really know anything about what went on the Oscars, because I saw maybe 2 people mention it, and then everything else was like, here's my house in Pocopia. And it's all people with the craziest builds. I keep seeing insane builds, and I'm some of my grass is still dry. I just yesterday was able to suck up water so I can move water. Man, what is going on? Some of these builds are crazy. And the thing is, I feel like I can do some good builds, but I'm not at the point. I'm aware later you get like certain abilities that you can build more easily. It's a little easier to do tall builds and things, etc. So I want to get there. But because I haven't gotten there yet, you know, I'm still like, let's get this place humid, right? Someone had a whole onsen town. That's crazy. That's crazy. Insane. I don't know. I'm struggling with if I want to keep things kind of normal looking, just working with the nature they've given me, or if I want to raise shit to the ground, right? Go through and just demolish everything and then build up. I don't know. I think I like working with the nature most of the time. They do give you one area a little later that is kind of already mostly flat that you can build in, so I don't know. I hate it when games do that. It means I built little shit shacks until the very end of the game when I have the tools unlocked. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of rush the story and then still have a lot of stuff to do, so it's not too bad. But you didn't like terraforming when you talked about Animal Crossing? Yeah, but that's a different game. Doesn't mean I hate terraforming in every game. I just felt like Animal Crossing was one of those games where the nature vibe was needed. Which I'm kind of feeling with Pocopia. I feel like I want to make some... Well, they have a big map, so I want to make some areas maybe more built up and others very nature-oriented. I don't know. I don't know, but I just got Whooper, and Whooper's like, hey, suck up this mud in your mouth and then put the mud water in places, which is kind of weird, but I did it for him because, you know, he's my little fella. He's my little fella. But, you know. Yeah, Animal Crossing terraforming feels bad in the new one. Pokopia lets me punch blocks and that rules. Yeah, it's just kind of like whether it feels good or not. It's also, I feel like in Pokopia, it's easier to build up the landscape into what you want. It's quicker. But for Animal Crossing, I felt like it took forever. It took forever to change anything around. So, I don't know. Who's your favorite Pokemon? I don't have a favorite. I'm a big fan of Sudowoodo and Wooper. If we're just talking about like little fellas that I like. But I don't know. Speaking of Pokemon, Siren has her SCSMP2. Is that the right acronym? SCSMP2. Siren Cobblemon SMP2. Is that what that stands for? I'm pretty sure I'm right. But I've only seen the acronym and I've never seen it all written out. I think it's Siren Cobblemon SMP2. I don't know. I don't know. I can tell a lot about a person based on the Pokemon they choose. Yeah, that's why I like asking people when I meet them if they're a Leo. It tells me everything. I can divine their personality. Let me look at the server for this. It just opened. It just opened. Also, there was apparently some drama, though not real drama, but drama yesterday. Something was lagging the server, and everyone was like, what is lagging? And it was like, I was seeing this. I haven't played yet, but I was seeing people pop off in the Discord, and they're like, what is happening? I can't even play right now. It's so laggy. And it turned out it was Sykuno's chunk loader, and it was conflicting with like their portals mod, and it was like, it was lagging the whole server. It's one that you can usually do. I know which one he was doing. It's one you can usually do and it won't lag an entire server, but because of their specific portals mod, it was like they had to go break his chunk loader. It's funny. Let me see if he's playing or if he will be playing much. I kind of want to play today. Should I? I want to do it. I want to hop on and maybe like see what's going on. I like that it's not like super built up. She wanted a mostly empty map so we could just build whatever. So it's playing like that. It's playing like that. Yeah, I'll play a little bit while it's fresh. It's a Cobblemon server, so for the record, it's not like just a random ass Minecraft server and we're just building. It's specifically Cobblemon. So there's that edge to it. But I feel like she's not going to make it a super short-term thing, so I can take my time on builds. I don't need to rush anything, which is nice. Very nice. Yeah, Sirens. I enjoy watching Minecraft, but I just can't play for more than a few days before completely banning it for another decade. I feel that way with solo, but when I'm playing with other people, then that changes a lot. If it's a server-based thing and it's a server that has a lot of people on it, feels a lot better. Feels a lot better. Kill to see you and Frankie on a team together. Give heavy Jesse and James vibes. Next time. Next time. I don't know if there will be any reason to do that on this one. It also doesn't have RP in the name, so I don't know if people are going to be RPing on the server at all. But, you know, I could just do it and force them to have to hear me, right? I could just force them to have to listen to me say whatever bullshit I'm going to say. So maybe I will RP on this server. I don't know. Is Frankie playing on this one? I don't even know who's on it. Let me see. Okay. Oh, they don't have any like tournaments or anything set up. It's just kind of like they're just starting out. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Sakuna says, yeah, there's Mega Evolutions. Pokemon Champions is coming out, so the new competitive rule set is Mega Evolutions. Oh, ooh, okay. Okay, okay. I hate when people type like this. When they type a few words and hit enter, and then a few words and then hit enter. Ooh! Beat you up, beat you up. I will find you and beat you up. If you type like that. Okay, here, let me open it. Let me open it. We'll play it for a bit. And let me see who's on. And then after that, maybe we'll vote on something else to play, or we'll stay on this. We'll see just how much is going on. I just want to get myself, like, you know, roots placed down kind of thing. SCSMP 2 I always have to copy paste my stupid little purple square emoji that I use as a separator in the title. There we go. I don't know what the title is. What if I made a gym? What if I made a team that was like specifically one type or two types? That'd be fun. Maybe I'll build a gym. What are you playing? Your mom. So cool. SMP2 parentheses real. I'm gonna put a fake name. So cool, SMP2. And I'm gonna keep telling everyone that that's just the name of it. That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. I don't care what anyone says. Why does Saikuno keep calling me Lord Geega? It's so echoey. Sorry, I know I'm not screen sharing it yet. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, it's Geega, my Jadis. Hold on, I'm fixing a thing first before a video settings thing before I show it. I feel like I should pump the GUI scale up a little bit for you guys. Nah, I don't care. Just tell me if it's too small when you look at it. Because I'm on a 1440p monitor, but then streams have to be output at 1080. So I never know if the UI is like too small for you guys because of the way I will have it. My monitor's pretty big, so. IDK. Okay, max frame rate, good.